What's up, everybody? Happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to this special Valentine's Day edition. I hope everybody's having a great night so far. Anyway, let's get down to the festivities. Um, I love this episode today. I liked it a lot because it's finally clearing up some things. Hopefully, this storyline is gonna end. Um, the Lucy Coe John McBain interaction, I liked it because John is finally starting to get through to Lucy Coe that he's not Caleb Morley, and it's about time. Because Lucy, like, everything John was saying made sense. I mean, come on, if he's Caleb Morley, how do you explain him being in Landview and the FBI? How do you explain him still being in police custody? If Caleb was so powerful, he would have gotten out of police custody by now. If he could hypnotize people, don't you think Anna DeVane would have let him go? Just saying. So it don't make sense. Obviously, it's starting to make sense that he's not Caleb and that he's another person. Him and Caleb are not one and the same, obviously. But of course, Lucy is a little reluctant to believe him, of course. I can understand why Lucy don't believe him because they look identical. So it's obvious that you would think he was Caleb and that he was playing some game. But it doesn't benefit him to sit in jail. What does that benefit him? I kind of feel bad for John. I know when I said before I feel bad for John, some people assumed I like John McBain's character or whatever. Just because I feel bad for somebody don't mean I like them. I feel bad for them. I can't feel bad for people I don't like. I didn't know I couldn't do that. Anyway, Lucy need to calm down with these vampire shit because you sound ridiculous, even though it's true. When Anna DeVane showed up at the professor's office, or when Sam got to the professor's office, Professor whatever his name is, and he was dead, it kind of raised a suspicion with me. I'm like, well, where's Livy? If Caleb is in Port Charles, my guess is he's thinking Sam is Livy. That's my guess. He's probably thinking that Livy must have left him and went back to Port Charles, and that's part of the reason why he's back in Port Charles, because he thinks not only is RAFE in Port Charles, but Livy must be there too. That would be my guess. Caleb is a sick bastard. Like, seriously, he's the sickest son of a bitch I've ever seen. Well, not in my life, but he's definitely a top 10, probably a top 5 of the sickest. Mitch Lawrence probably being the first. Anyway, when Sam got to the office and they saw the dead body, you could see the bite marks. But of course, I think Caleb probably took a scissor and cut into his neck to make it look like it was a scissor situation and not a vampire situation, to try to cover his tracks. But I'm like, my dude, everybody's starting to be on to Caleb. And they're starting to realize Caleb may be real. So when now it's starting to be obvious to people that whoever did this, it sure as hell couldn't be John McBain. He was in lockup at the time that the professor got killed, so it couldn't have been him. So for some people to say, oh, it's John McBain or whatever in Port Charles, they claim that it might be John that did it. How? He's in jail. Can't kill somebody from jail, not unless you got some type of supernatural power that you can be in 2 places at once. And you can't be in jail and be in another place at the same time. That's just impossible. So Alexis apparently she got home and found out that Danny was kidnapped, and Molly was telling her that Heather Weber did it, and now Rafe came out of hiding. I feel bad for Rafe because I know some people are going to blame him. Some people are going to blame Molly. It's not their fault. Okay, yeah, Molly was wrong for leaving the baby with Rafe. She was wrong for even hiding Rafe, but she hid Rafe for the right reasons, but it was wrong at the same time. I can tell you that. But at the same time, neither one of them are wrong in the situation. They're not at fault for what happened to Danny. Heather Weber is a sick bitch. She was going to come after Danny no matter what. If she didn't get him at that moment, trust me, she wasn't going to stop until she got the kid to herself. So either way, she wasn't going to stop. It doesn't matter whose fault it was. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to blame Sam or anything like that, but I think Sam should have took better precautions at protecting her son. I'm just saying. If you look at the facts, Sam knew Heather Weber kidnapped her son before. 2, she knew Heather Weber was out. She knew Heather Weber escaped. Why not take better precautions to protect your child if you know that the same bitch that kidnapped him the first time is out on the loose again and she's obsessed with your son? You have to protect your son. That should have been the first thing you thought of as a parent. That should have definitely, because if she kidnapped your child the first time, it makes you think she's not going to try it again. Especially Heather Weber. She's crazy. And she thinks that baby belongs with her. So she's nuts. I'm not trying to blame anybody here, but I'm just saying, like, if you look at it, Sam, I'm not blaming Sam, but I'm just saying she could have took better precautions, especially dealing with Heather Weber. She knows the situation. I felt bad for Sam because I could tell her heart probably dropped when she found out Danny was missing. I could tell. And you know what? I felt bad for her because no parent should have to go through their child being kidnapped, missing, whatever. They shouldn't have to go through that. Anyway. Todd is fucking batshit crazy. I'm gonna tell you that right off the bat. He's funny as shit. That fool said he wanted to go to St. Blazes. And he said Alex Olenoff. Now, for those of you who are not hip to Alex Olenoff, she is the ex-wife of many ex-wives of the legendary Asa Buchanan from Landview. You know, the wealthy Buchanan family. Asa. She's Asa Buchanan's ex-wife. She's the owner of St. Blazes Island. You know, she got it from Nigel. Anyway, when Todd had, let me just tell you this. When Caleb stopped Heather Weber from taking Danny and he choked that bitch, I was rooting for Caleb. I'm sorry, but I was rooting for Caleb. He choked the bitch and threw that bitch in the harbor. I was like, you better get it. He threw that bitch dead in the harbor. I had to smile and just, you know what? I agreed with Caleb when he did that. He threw the bitch in the harbor. He spit in the harbor. I was like, ooh, shit. Then when Todd came up, let me tell you something. I have a whole newfound respect for Todd Manning. Here's why. He tried to stop Caleb from taking Danny. And that fool called Caleb a crackhead. He said, I don't know what kind of drugs you're on. He called him a crackhead. Wow, Todd. Called him a crackhead. And then I have a newfound respect for Todd because he didn't have to try and save Danny. He literally put his life on the line for that kid. He didn't have to do that. But you know why he did it? Because he felt guilty because he took that kid away from his mother the first time. And he was not going to let that happen a second time. So I respect him for trying to stop Caleb from doing what he was about to do. I respect the shit out of him for that. Much respect to Todd for that. And then when Caleb just disappeared, I'm glad Danny is going to be safely returned back to his mother. Thank God. Thanks to Todd. Anyway, KRISTINA. This bitch get on my nerves. Why is you putting your food? Why is you putting your face all up in that food, sniffing it and all up, putting your little hot breath all on that breakfast? That was some good looking food, and you gonna put your face all up in the food? That's just nasty. Get your face out of the food. Talking about some, oh, I know who you got in your bedroom. She ain't got no TJ in that bedroom, so mind your business. Then try to talk to her about safe sex. KRISTINA, please. I doubt when you and Trey had sex it was anything but safe. Anyway. I don't like how KRISTINA got community service at Pettonville and she's making it out to be some type of joke. Like, community service ain't no joke. You should be taking it seriously. You try to kill somebody. Take it a little bit more seriously instead of joking around about it. And then she gonna snitch on Molly to Alexis, talking about, oh, you need to keep an eye on Molly. Why don't you mind your business and go to Pettonville and go do your job? Mind your fucking business. She need to keep an eye on your ass. You the one around here choking bitches. She need to keep a better eye on your monkey ass. Anyway, Carly Carly Corinthos Jax, formerly Quartermain and Alcazar. This bitch. Come in here. Of course, is this all Carly can do? Walk around town talking about Todd and Johnny? Like, seriously, do you not have any other life besides that? Don't you got a business to run? Don't you got a 5-year-old daughter at home? Well, a 4-year-old? Go be home with your daughter. Everybody keeps saying Carly's a good mother. I haven't seen it. Where's her good parenting? She ships her son off to military school. Her other son she tries to control. She's barely around her daughter. Like, seriously. Where's the good parenting? I don't see it. And now you're trying to give advice to STARR. And what made me laugh about Carly is the fact that she said her and Todd's relationship is different from her and from his relationship with Blair. Carly, I don't think so. You can't compare your relationship to Todd and Blair, because first of all, Todd and Blair done been through some shit. If you ever watched One Life to Live back in the day when Roger Howarth was on as Todd, you know Todd and Blair been through some shit. Remember when Todd was presumed dead and Blair slept with Patrick Thornhart in his pit in Todd's penthouse and Todd saw it? That shit had me, wow. That was talk about flashbacks. But yeah, Carly, shut up. Seriously, just go about your business. Stop worrying about men all the goddamn time and shut the hell up. And STARR is way too young to co-own a bar. Like, you're way too young to co-own a club, and then you sitting up in there drinking liquor. And that's that heavy liquor, because that's that shit that Luke Spencer be drinking. So you know you need to stop drinking that shit. That liquor that her and Carly was drinking, that look like that same brand of liquor that Luke Spencer ass be drinking. You know Luke drink that strong shit. I mean, yeah, I think STARR is the age to drink. I think STARR is 21, ain't she? She's the same age as Michael. So she's illegal enough to drink, I'm assuming. But yeah, that was some strong looking liquor. But I love the bonding moment between her and Carly because, you know, she is dating Carly's son. So I think it's good for the mother and the daughter, you know, soon to be daughter-in-law, to be chit-chatting and getting along. Because I never thought Carly would ever get along with any girl Michael ever date. Because you know how parents are. They, you know, you're their baby forever. So, of course, they got to interject. But anyway, overall, I loved this episode. I loved it. Rafe, I feel bad for the kid because he shouldn't have to take the blame for any of this because he's not at fault for nothing. He didn't kill anybody. He's not a criminal. He's just a kid that's in a bad situation, pretty much. Alexis, I can tell she's about to go ape shit when she sees what's, you know, when she figures out what's going on between Molly and Rafe. I can tell she's about to go ballistic. As a parent, even though I'm not a parent, I'm going to tell you like this. I wouldn't blame Alexis for being mad at her daughter for hiding a person that the cops are looking for. I don't blame her. You should be upset. But at the same time, take it a little easy. Don't go overboard and punishing her. Just relax. Danny was looking at Heather Weber like, bitch, I do not want to go anywhere with you. That's the facial expressions I get from that kid. Like, he's just looking at her in disgust. They need to hurry up and get John McBain out of jail. Let him solve this mystery so that way he can go back to Landview and whatever. Caleb, let me tell you something. I don't like Caleb. I'm a fan of the character, but he pisses me off sometimes with his craziness. But that shit he did to Heather Weber, bravo. You got my vote. I've been waiting for somebody to choke that bitch so long. 1-800 choke that hoe. I've been waiting a long time for somebody to choke this bitch. Anyway, before I go, let me just bring up something. I've been meaning to talk about this. Yesterday, some jackass commented me telling me how to fucking talk. Telling me I shouldn't be cussing, I'm a hypocrite, I'm this. Let me tell you something, I could be a hypocrite. If I'm a hypocrite, guess what? Everybody in this world is a hypocrite because you can't find me not one person that's not that never contradicts themselves. I contradict myself a lot, but I'm man enough to own it and admit it. I don't lie, I don't pretend like I'm not a hypocrite about some things because I am. Talking about why am I a fan of General Hospital if I complain about it. First of all, it's not complaining, it's me giving my opinions. I love General Hospital. I've been watching it since I was a kid, since I was younger. I've been watching this show for years. So don't tell me what I can and cannot watch. Don't tell me how to talk, because first of all, I'm fucking grown. I can say whatever I please. My own mother don't tell me how to talk, so you're not going to either. I hate how some people come up here acting like I owe them something. I don't owe anybody anything, and nobody owes me anything. I'm nice to people, but it seems like whenever I'm nice to people, it's like people give me their ass to kiss, and I don't appreciate it. So let me tell you this: if you don't like it, if you don't like the video, you don't like, then unsubscribe, don't watch. People say I don't like when people give me criticism. If that were true, I would have disabled my comment section. Most people actually do disable their comment section. I never disable the comment section. I never delete anybody's comment. I read everybody's comment, good or bad. I read it, I reply to it, and I let it be that. But don't tell me what to do. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. And you seriously are trying to piss me off. Just slow your roll. Don't go overboard with me, because if you argue with me, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to lose. I don't lose arguments, especially when I know the facts. Anyway, I hope all of you have a great Valentine's Day. And for men out there, you don't need Valentine's Day to show your woman that you love her. You should be showing your woman that you love her every fucking day. You should be giving her chocolates and flowers every day. If you can't afford it, here's how I'm going to tell you to do it on a budget. Get some Walmart flowers, you know, the little plastic kind. Get some Kit Kats or some Reese cups and call it a day. But if you're balling and you got money, you better get her some nice chocolates, the expensive kind, roses. And if you're married to your girl, put some rose petals on the bed, you know, that baby face music, or some Boys the Men in the background. I guarantee you're going to get some pussy for days for that. I'm telling you. But anyway, I hope everybody have a great Valentine's Day. I will see all of you tomorrow for Cliffhanger Friday. I'll see all y'all.